It's all about house and home. Yeah, yeah. We care about improving lifestyle. It's all about the betterment for your life with house and home. Yeah, it's all about the betterment for your life with house and home.
Hello and welcome to another House and Home show. I'm Teresa Miriam.
And I'm Goodman. Glad you could join us.
Now, Godwin, I believe we have an interesting lineup. Can you tell us about it?
That's right, Trish. We do have a great lineup for the show. Now, coming up tonight, first up, we have Cooking with Goodman Fielder, and Chef Roger from Madang International always amazes us with different recipes that he brings that families can enjoy at home. We also have Brian Bill that's going to be on the show as well, and we've got more cooking viewers so you might want to take out your pen and start taking down notes rather to cook up those simple recipes at home, and a whole lot more that's going to be coming up on the show tonight. One other thing, just stick around if you're someone into hair and beauty. We've got Trends International that's going to be on the show as well.
That's
tonight.
right. To start off the show, we take a look at Cooking with Goodman Fielder. Enjoy.
Hi viewers, we picked up this fresh rainbow runner from the market, and also we went to the supermarket and picked up some self-rising flour and some vegetable oil. Today I'm going to do fish and chips in a local blend. So it is fish and chips which is very basic. We normally have it any part of the world, but today I'm going to serve fish and chips with cocoa chips. So you can do it at home. It is pretty simple and easy. So I'm going to start making the batter for the fish and chips. To make the batter, you just have 1:2, so it's like 100 grams of self-rising flour and 50 grams of corn flour, so it makes binding properly. That's plenty. So I'll put half of the corn flour just to make sure the fish is getting nice and fluffy. That's the reason I use plain self-rising flour, corn flour to hold it together. Just mix it up first, and I'm going to use Meadow Fresh milk to mix it up. It is good and healthy, and it's low in fat. It's 3.5 gram fat in total for 100 ml. So it's good and healthy for you. So when I'm adding the milk, Godwin is mixing it. And when you are mixing the batter, make sure you don't add too much milk in it. Just make sure batter is nice and thick. While Godwin is mixing the batter, I'm going to start with the oil, Crisco oil. Vegetable oil I'm using to fry my chips and the fish. And you can also use Crisco canola oil as well if you want to. I'm adding more vegetable oil into this to cover the fish. Godwin has got some self-rising flour here. The reason for that is before I put the fish in the batter, I just dust it with the flour. And once you dust it with the flour, then you dip the fish in the batter. The reason for that is if you don't do that, then the batter won't hold the fish properly. So that's the idea of it. Godwin, I don't mind you adding a little bit more corn flour into that. Godwin is keep mixing it. You just mix it nicely so there's no lumps in there. So that will give you a smoother texture of the batter. It is like this, it should be a pouring consistency, so that's the texture you need to get for the batter. Not too thick, not too thin. So this is the right texture that you have got there. The oil is on now. While oil is getting hot, I'm going to get this Godwin to just mix this one.
Okay.
Just the corn flour and self-raising flour, just to mix it.
Everything together?
Yep. And the other oil for the chips is getting ready as well.
So you also added corn flour in there as well. Can you explain why we're using corn flour?
Corn flour I added to give a binding finish for the fish. So when you dust the fish with the flour, it will hold it together. Then we dip it into this thing. While I'm doing that, Godwin, if you can cut some chips. This is cow chips I'm using, so it is a local blend. So you don't need to worry about getting frozen chips or whatever it is. So it's nice and fresh, available in the market. And I'll cut it like this. This is a fresh rainbow runner. I bought it in the morning in the fish market. And we filleted the fish and cut the fish just filleted the fish and cut in between and took the pieces like this, so it's nice and small, so it will fry faster and cook quicker. So that's the idea of doing that. I'm going to put this fish in the flour and dip it in, so it will be just to dust it around. So I turn the fish around. The fish is nicely dusted with the flour now, flour mix with the self-raising flour and corn flour. So now I'm ready to dip the fish in the batter. So I'm going to put these chips into the fry oil now. Oil is hot. The chips take a bit of time to fry, so that's why I'm frying the chips first. So chips are frying at the moment. Okay, my oil is hot now for the fish, and I'm going to dip the fish into the batter and then dip the fish into the oil. You can see the batter is nice and fluffy, and you can see air bubbles in there, so that means that the batter is very light. So you need to have the batter very light. That's the idea of using the self-raising flour. So that is nice and fluffy there. So when you are dipping the fish, you dip one side and the other side and make sure all the sides are covered, and just
Tap it on the side.
Yeah, tap it on the side to make sure there's not too much of batter in there, and slowly dip it into the oil.
Yep.
Slowly dip it into the oil. When the fish is fried, it will come golden brown color, so then you will know the fish is ready. The way you cut the fish is make sure the fish is not too thick, so that way it is fries faster. Make sure all the sides are covered and then just dip it in. It's all in there, so it will take about another 5 minutes to get ready. Okay, my chips are ready at the moment, so I'm going to strain the chips and pour the same oil into this. The oil is hot anyway. I just leave it for 1 minute to just oil to drip. Now my fish is ready and is golden brown, nice and fluffy. So the idea of using the self-raising flour to make it very light, and it is crispy and crunchy as well. Okay, that looks beautiful. That looks really good. I got the cocoa chips ready. I got a salad already ready, and I get the salad onto the plate. With the salad, I will use balsamic dressing for the salad, so it will give a tangy taste on it. A couple of lemon wedges, bit of garnish. I'm going to use a Deli Classic aioli for the fish and chips today, and just to top it up with a bit of shallots, spring onions in there. My fish and chips with cow chips, and it looks really good, and say fish, not cheese.
So that was cooking with Goodman Fielder. Oh my gosh, Godwin, that looked really amazing. I'm sure it tasted really delicious.
You're absolutely right, Trish. Now viewers, it's a very simple recipe that Chef Roger has shown you. You can go to the market, buy your fish, grab some cow and make your very own fish and chips for your family. And yeah, just keep tuning into Haus Home every Tuesday, and I'm sure you'll be a
I'm
chef
definitely
at the end
doing
of the
that,
year.
Godwin, when I get home.
That's right, Trish. Anyway, we have to go for a break, and up next we have Shopping with Brian Bell.
Yeah, it's all about the better man for your life with House Home. Yeah, it's all about the better man for your life with House Home.
Welcome back to Haus Home. We now join Leon Gowie from Brian Bell, showcasing a variety of sewing machines that I'm sure all the mothers would want to have at their homes. Here's Leon for more details.
Hi and welcome to Shopping with Brian Bell. I'm Leon Gowie, your host. Now tonight, we'll check out our range of sewing machines from a reputable brand, Singer. We'll see our Singer manual sewing machines, our Singer simple sewing machines, and our Singer Futura sewing machines. Singer is a brand that's been around for a long time and has evolved with time to provide you quality sewing machines for you to use. So let's get started. Sewing machines are appliances that make our lives that much better in terms of creating or fixing and mending your items of clothing or material. Singer sewing machines have stood the test of time and have always been a part of P&G, especially with our women and mothers that love to sew and create clothes, pillowcases, sheets and curtains. Mothers and women around P&G know that Brian Bell has the best range of sewing machines available for them. The first sewing machine that we want to show you is the manual Singer sewing machine. This Singer sewing machine has been around for a while now and is a tried and tested product that is still relevant to us today. I say this because this sewing machine doesn't need power or electricity to be operated. With its spinning handle, it's easy to understand and operate this sewing machine. For the mothers living in remote areas around PNG, you and I both know there are a lot of places like that in our country. This sewing machine doesn't run on electricity, so it's absolutely perfect and ideal for you in those remote areas. Another notable mention about this sewing machine is that it can be converted into an electric sewing machine simply by adding its motor. Brian Bell stocks and supplies this motor that can turn your manual sewing machine into an electric sewing machine. And we've all had our mothers, grandmothers, sisters or aunts sew our rib clothes on this sewing machine. This has been a big part of all of us growing up through many years now. And Brian Bell still has this available here for you. The heritage that this sewing machine provides appeals to many Papua New Guineans, myself included. Now we all have favorites, favorite movies, favorite songs, favorite types of food, and favorite clothes. This could be your old faded pair of jeans, or that shirt that has stood the test of time with you, and now that they're torn, you just can't let them go. Or for the kids that always seem to go to school and come back with torn uniforms. This sewing machine is absolutely ideal to fix those situations. The Singer Simple Sewing Machine. This electric appliance brings you convenience with a range of different stitching patterns to mend and restore your favorite clothes at the turn of a dial. This domestic machine is small and convenient to carry and can sit easily on any work surface. It can also be conveniently stored away. As is the case with many items of clothing and material, over time they wither away and tear, and you being so attached to your items of clothing can't let them go. However, with this sewing machine, you can fix that problem easily. Now the next product to showcase is our Singer Futura electric sewing machine. This has a fully automated stitch selection with a range of different stitches that you can choose from. This sewing appliance is perfect for the business-minded woman because it also has an embroider feature that can embroider logos, crusts, and even pictures onto your uniforms or clothes. For the mothers that sew and sell, this Singer Futura sewing machine is absolutely ideal for you. It can take your skill set to the next level. It has an embroidery feature on there that can allow you to embroider anything onto your clothing that you're sewing. It also has DVDs that accompany it that can help you teach new techniques to you to use on this machine and fully utilize the potential of this machine. These DVDs include Hyperfont. You can convert all your TrueType fonts on your PC to your embroidery. Auto Cross Stitch converts images to cross stitch designs. Photo Stitch converts photos into embroidery designs. Editing, change existing images and embroidery designs. Auto Patch converts images into embroidery design. Like I mentioned before, this sewing machine can take your skill set to the next level. It's also great quality for money, and now you can sew all your uniforms for your church gatherings and embroider them custom made, of course, without having to go to a tailor. You can embroider fonts, write your name on the uniform, or you can put embroider faces and images onto your uniform. You can also embroider your logo onto your uniform, giving you that custom look. With this sewing machine, you can accomplish all these things. To accompany the sewing machines that we stock and sell here at Brian Bell, we have accessories for sewing available. Things like thread, materials for sewing, needles, buttons, zippers, oils for a sewing machine, ribbons, and many more. Like all our products here at Brian Bell, we stock and sell genuine Singer sewing machine parts if you ever need any for your sewing machine. This is part of our service guarantee to you, our most valued customers. Our service team is well versed in fixing problems with sewing machines, and they can fix all your sewing machine's problems. So I know you've seen in tonight's segment a great range of quality Singer products we have available, like our Singer manual sewing machine, our Singer simple sewing machine, and our high-tech Singer Futura sewing machine, which can do all sorts of things for you. Also, our youth blood drive, sponsored by our Brian Bell Foundation, has been launched, so check that out. And always remember, great prices, great products, that's Brian Bell. So until the next time, goodbye and God bless.
Welcome back. Now we have another interesting cooking. This time we join Chef Barry on Cooking with Zenag. Enjoy.
Goodman natural viewers, me like talk. Welcome back to Narpla Zenag cooking show tonight. But tonight, by me making Zenag chicken and egg salad. Okay, I want a fast, easy recipe. So before you me prepare him, me like talking really to talk more on Zenag chickens blame me. Okay, Raylene?
Thank you, Chef Very. Hi, viewers, and welcome again to tonight's cooking show. Tonight, we'll be using Zenag chicken breast. Zenag chicken breast is one of our prime cuts. Now, apart from Zenag chicken breast, we have other prime cuts like Zenag legs, wings, thighs, and Zenag kai kai that comes in 900-gram tray pack.
Yes.
So viewers, remember, Zenag is a locally owned company, and the chickens are locally produced here in our own country.
That's why I choose Zenag chicken because meatier, tastier, and juicier. Okay, viewers, now by me go salad blame me now. Okay, before you start the salad blame me, by me working salad dressing blame me. Okay, this is my easy recipe. Okay, we got 1 pinch pepper here. Okay, medium inside. 1 pinch salt. Okay, pinch garlic. We chop him like finish. Okay, we got 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce. This lamb will buy panim all supermarkets close to you. Okay, we got nice olive oil. And buy me working good nice bread dressing. Okay, we got 1 tablespoon lemon juice. Okay, you combine them together. Now you tani motion. Okay, this lamb salad, okay, Zenag chicken and egg salad. You can enjoy one time family blue, any time of the day, okay? Especially little gatherings, one time all family and friends. You can prepare him this like easy and a fast recipe. Okay, I mean Zenag chicken and egg salad. Okay, now dressing blame mix finish. By me add him all. Zenag chickens blame me when me cooking finish lamb. Okay, this lamb me boil him, then me slice him lilik. You can fry him or you can make him kind way or style blue one time. Zenag chicken breast. Okay, so now me spread him all Zenag chicken breast. Okay, put him low up. Oops, put down. Okay, now we got Zenag eggs. When we boil them all finished too. Okay, soft boiled eggs. Okay, now I'm croutons. This lamb, all bread when we slice them lilik, now we fry them. We fry them with oil. So now you may add them all too. Okay, you can just throw them go down. Okay, and make it more crispy flavor of Zenag chicken and egg salad blame. Okay, you can look him. Zenag chicken and egg salad I'm ready now. By me add him dressing blame now. Okay. Also, we talk finish and one fast. An easy recipe so you can enjoy one time family and friends blue. Lot activities, play sports or birthdays, any time of the day. Okay, viewers, you can look in Zenag chicken and egg salad. We're using Zenag chicken breast, 700 grams tray pack. Well, Zenag chicken means choose because it's meatier, tastier, and juicier.
Okay, viewers, remember, Zenag chicken is a locally owned company, and we have been supporting a number of organizations like Haus Home, City Mission, and Engel Memorial Hospital. Also remember, Zenag Chickens is a company that is locally owned, and we always produce fresh chicken because it's locally produced here in our own country.
That's why Zenag chicken is meatier, tastier, and juicier. Okay, viewers, now by me tasting Zenag chicken and egg salad, blame me. That's why we choose Zenag chicken because it's meatier, tastier, and juicier.
And that was Chef Very showing us on how to prepare a simple chicken salad with egg, and I'm sure it looked delicious, Trish.
It did. So don't go away, stick around because we have Healthy Minds coming up.
Yeah, it's all about
is Healthy Mind with Dr. Ambi, proudly brought to you by Telecom PNG Limited.
Welcome to Healthy Mind. Viewers, this episode, I'm so excited to talk about drug abuse. Well, viewers, why did I choose drug abuse today? Because plenty old papa mama come na asking me. People are like asking more yet lo understanding drug abuse or lo how picking in all kalap lo this la kind activity na passing blong or stapi or semna or papa tu mama tu na asking lo understanding more lo drug abuse. So well, viewers, this la time me like talk or sem our country is developing. Now, you know, also developing, we have our borders around us, and we are one of the golden triangle where all man all trafficking, all kind druggy go illegal or legal drugs which can be trafficked to go to other countries. And we know this kind of trafficking can cause huge impact not only for themselves and also impacting on kids who are using and abusing and drugs. So when we talk about drug abuse today, emi kind me like talk osem one because drug abuse osem lik something, because we know that there are illegal drugs can be abused and also legal drugs can be also abused. So using, abusing, osem one kind talk. So me thinking osem chance blow me lo talk lo drug that which we will classify or semblo brookim na understand him or semblo illegal drugs. What are they and what do they do and how are they going to impact on the kids? Now me like talk also what drugs are abused. So I'm sure very many of our parents wants to know, because when they get to know, they have to not only fight him or pick him, no can walk him or but you understand and educate your kids. So they are also, our kids are very beautiful kids. They understand better. So show him love, now educate him all pickinini, because there are 3 group of drugs I'm going to say. One of them is that drugs that depresses the brain. Okay. Number 2 group of drugs, the drugs that can stimulate the brain. And number 3 drugs are drugs that makes the person to hallucinate. That means they can see things which is not there, they can smell things which is not there, they can hear things what is really not no voice or heard. So awesome this la kind. So we will talk what drugs that actually depresses the brain, because we know that there are a lot of traffickings happening. Drugs are coming from different countries to come, and our kids are trying. So the drugs that depresses the brain, that include opium or heroin. And you must pass him do a lot this la kind drug, because this kind also heroin or opium, this la kind drug, that's in small doses when they take, that makes the person feel relaxed. So when kids are having issues, they think it's an easy way to seek help. So they take that opium or heroin all by time, they in a small dose and feel more relax, but gamania, because the larger amounts will make the person very drowsy and also unconscious. And not only unconscious, people can die and they can get addicted to these drugs, and they can also have withdrawal issues, and the strong use of this kind of drugs can go confusion, mentally ill, and nausea, diarrhea, and also having guria, fit. So these are drugs that depresses the brain. So also heroin, opium, now this la kind drug. Sometimes you don't observe, you learn about it, because you have to say no to these kind of drugs. Number 2 group of drugs, the drugs that stimulates the brain. And this includes like cocaine. Also powder, or can sniff him. I'll tell you how you can use drugs, but pills, sometimes they can use pills, and also ecstasy, speed, amphetamine. We have used, some of the provinces have been using this kind of drug or producing it, and also bagrapimol pikinini. So you have to be very careful, because that cocaine and also ecstasy, like speed, like these are like amphetamine group of drugs that makes the person to stay alert. So all man talk, okay, kiss him this la drug, you can stay awake na study. No can harm this la, because the larger amount you feel tense, and panicky, and you feel restless, and usually you can't even control your thoughts good, and difficulty in controlling the thoughts, so you working on some wrong thing, thinking I'm important, yeah, so become suspicious about people, and you kiss and confused, you can get mental illness. So all drugs causes mental illness. That's what I'm here to talk about, you guys, to be very careful, because you get addicted and you can be confused. Okay, number 3, drugs that can make the person to hallucinate. That may depressants or stimulant drugs like LSD, some kind mushroom, all these kind drugs can cause mental illness, cause death, and all these things. So how these drugs are used? One, drugs can be used by smoking, or drugs can be used by drinking or chewing, like eating away. Number 3, you can sniff and snort, and also some kind drugs you buy walking blow injection. Be very careful. What does that drugs, when you abuse, what does it do to your body or to a person? We have to be very careful. It causes effect for Pikinini, now family and the community. One, when you abuse this kind of drugs, it causes mental health problem. That is madness. It affects the brain and all these issues. Number 2, it can also bring physical health problem. That means you can abusing drug, you can do drug can damage your brain, and that can damage all your bodily organs. Number 3, when you use it, created family problems. Drug abuse usually leads to family issues, family breakdown, relationship problem. Number 4, it causes accident, car accidents, and also intoxicated, take too much and you can die, and social problems. People who abuse drugs can lose their friends. You don't study well, you drop out from the school, you can't participate in a normal day-to-day life, you isolate yourself, now all kind issue. And also it causes financial issues, and that means it makes you poverty, because you use up all the money to buy drugs, you get drug addicted, so you become poverty altogether. Well, it leads to legal issues, because when you do drug abuse, when you're addicted, you look for more drugs. So by doing criminal activities, you steal things, you ending up in the prison, or trafficking drugs, you ending up the prison. So legal crimes and legal issues comes in. Finally, it causes death. That means accidents, overdose, injecting drugs like HIV/AIDS or severe other infection, it can cause death. So well, viewers, what have we done? We have illegal drugs or legal drugs. It causes mental health issues, it causes damage to yourself and damage to your fine. So we know why almost it has got a huge impact, that is mental health issues, physical health issues, family problem, and cause accident, social issues, legal problem, financial problem, and causes death. Well, let me tell you, the young kids, don't be hooked on to drugs. Stay away, say no to drugs. Until next time, I want to tell you something. Abusing drugs, you have to be so careful. And viewers, let me tell the parents, bring up your kids with all your love, affection. Bring a healthy family. You can bring healthy kids and healthy nation. Say no to drugs, and Papa God, give him this body blow you me good blood through. Now put him Papa God first. Harim Toklo Papa God. Bring him this love, wisdom. You don't need drugs to bring you out of this normal life. Until next time, take care and God bless you all. Bye-bye now.
Healthy Mind was proudly brought to you by Telecom PNG Limited. If you've just tuned in, you're watching House and Home. Now we join Teresa showing us how to make a simple apron at home. Have a look.
Aprons are very handy, especially when you're in the kitchen doing simple chores or preparing a meal for your family. Aprons can definitely protect your clothes from spills, stains, and other mishaps. So why don't you take out your notepads, your biros, and get ready for some note-taking, because I'm going to show you how to make a simple apron for yourself. Aprons are garments designed to protect your clothes. Derived from the word naperon, which means napkin or small tablecloth. They were originally worn by men at work, in trades which were donated by the color of the apron. Later, homemakers used them, and they were designed to hold small implements and to keep clothing clean. I'm going to be using a plain and a floral fabric. The floral fabric is for the body of the apron, and the plain fabric can be added to give some thickness for the apron. It can also be for the pocket in front and the tie straps as well. You can use either way, but I chose to do it this way so that the plain fabric used for the pocket and the straps can stand out. Another reason is that I want the fabrics to complement each other and to coordinate well. Step 1. We begin with the measuring of the fabric. I have my floral fabric on a flat surface. As you can see, I also have a rough pattern of an apron placed on the floral fabric. This is just a guideline to cut out the exact pattern for the apron that I'll be sewing. To make the cutting process much more easier, always fold your fabric in half so that it makes it easier for you to do your measurements. Remember, the floral fabric is also folded, ready to cut. As you can see, I've added a few inches to the exact pattern, which gives me 29 inches. For the base or the bottom of the apron is measured 11 inches when folded and 22 inches when unfolded, where you see the body of the apron. From the waist down, it measures 21 inches. As I've said earlier, I've added a few inches to the exact pattern. The diagonal measurement is from the waist up. This is 11 inches. For the top part, it is measured 5 inches when folded and 10 inches when unfolded. Step 4. Remember, I've added a few inches, so I will start cutting the fabric from here. Step 5. Unfold the body of the apron to confirm all measurements accordingly. So there you have it. The length is 29 inches, the width is 22 inches, from the waist down it's 21 inches, and the top part is 10 inches. Step 6. Now I have my tie straps. This is for the tie around the waist, and this is for the tie around the neck. This right here is the pocket. I'm sure you've noticed wrinkles on the fabrics, both plain and the floral. So what you do is use your iron to knock out the wrinkles. And they should all look smooth and tidy. Step 7. After the ironing process, start sewing the tie straps. After sewing all the ties, use a safety pin to turn right side out. Again, use your iron to smoothen the tie straps. Step 8. After ironing the tie straps, I've used a straight stitch on each side of the ties. You don't have to apply this if you don't want to. It will still look good. Step 9. Place your plain fabric on a flat surface right side up and your floral fabric right side down. Pin in the ties around the neck and the ties around the waist. Sew all sides, leaving a large opening where the base is. The opening at the base is purposely to pull out the apron right side out after sewing all sides together with the tie straps. Step 10. Sew the large opening for the base of the apron. Step 11. Sewing of the pocket. The last thing you do is sew onto the apron your little pocket. And there you have it. This simple apron is easy to make. Once you get the hang of it, you should be able to make an apron in an hour or less. Alright, glad to have you back. Now, if you are a pet lover out there, Animal Ples with RSPCA is up next. Have a look.
The RSPCA PNG has been around since 1976, so it's actually been here for a number of years. However, a lot of people don't quite know what we do or who we are until more recently, when we've really been pushing for marketing and advertisement to show to the people that we're here, and we're here to make a difference. And so part of that is that we have a veterinary clinic with the only vets in the entire Papua New Guinea region that are dedicated to the public and helping animal care and protection. We have two amazing vets here, which is Dr. Burley and Dr. Marisol, who are devoted to their art, and they just love their animals like nothing else. An example was the other day when I was having dinner with Dr. Marisol, and she got a message at 8 o'clock saying that a dog was sick, and so she immediately rushed to the veterinary clinic on a Sunday to help out the animal. That to me just shows dedication and love for what she does for the animals and the people here. It's just fantastic to have an event such as this where so much of the community is involved, and they're all seeing, what is the RSPCA about, what are animal rights about, and that's something that we haven't seen here. And it's just, for me as a member of the RSPCA board, I'm so excited to see that growth and that change, and that's what we're doing as one of our education programs, is going out to the schools and educating elementary students about animal rights. The fact that domesticated animals can't be left in the streets to fend for themselves. The fact that you can't, sell native animals in the streets and think that they'll survive in cages. These are all issues that a lot of our generation, children, and those that of our future will need to hear and be able to learn from and grow to help better society.
Somewhere, somehow, blue as the sky, sunburned and lonely, sipping tea in a bar by the roadside. Just relax, don't you let
So we came in, I performed today for the RSPCA dog show. And I did, and it was such an honour and such a privilege to be here. I feel really strongly about the RSPCA, and we support them 100%. We always have. They work tirelessly to be the voice for these, creatures, for our wildlife, for our cats and dogs, puppy dogs. And if you can get behind them, get educated, come down and support them, things will be bigger and better next year, and get involved with the dog walk. If we had a puppy dog, we would as well. but it's a wonderful cause, and we're so thrilled to be a part of it.
I thought that I was stronger. When you're gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer. Do what you wanna, yeah, put your records on. Say that.
Yes, and that was RSPCA with their dog show, bringing us to the end of our program, Teresa.
That's right. And if you'd like to see more of our episodes, including this one, please visit MTV Online to watch. So until the next time, I'm Teresa Miria.
And I'm Goodman Eki. It's goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
It's all about the better man for your life.